uncle owns this little hotel on the water about 100 miles south of Acapulco.
That's Mexico.
Right, that's where they keep Acapulco, Terry. Buy the hotel, turn it into a nightclub, sell margaritas to the tourists.
I just have one question. How do we pay for it?
Well, we are bank robbers.
One of the things that's really terrific for us about this movie, something we had hoped would come across, which is the main thing in the movie, which is this is a romance. This movie, and women have loved this movie. I mean, women have been going ape over the movie because you have a movie that is essentially about a woman trying to choose between two men who make up both halves of the perfect man, you know, and so what do you do?
It's such a clever idea that the two things that the two sides to our characters that are lacking are the things that keep us hanging out together, that keep us as friends, that for whatever reason I need the intelligence Terry has in the film, and for whatever reason he needs the physical elements that, you know, my character Joe gives him as his friend, and also just the tolerance of you know, friendship is a big part of this film.
You never know what's going to happen during a robbery. There's always a surprise of some kind.
Well, my character Cate is incredibly desperate. She's leaving a very unhappy marriage, and she ends up meeting Billy Bob's character by running him over. And it's not, you know, the most, she doesn't get on with either of them at first. And so I think it takes the audience by surprise as it takes her and the guys by surprise that sort of any romance comes out of it. It's a really strange menage a trois, and I think the conflagrations and the confusions that come out of that are really funny and sweet.
I don't know, there's an attraction to the, you know, a lawless life or living beyond the normal restrictions of society.
I think there's a way to do it right. No guards, no tellers, no customers. We do it with the bank manager in the morning because we kidnapped him the night before.
May I help you?
Oh, I'm sorry. We're here to rob your bank.
Well, actually, in the 70s, there were these two guys that were sleepover bandits, and they were the most successful bank robbers in the history of the United States. So, actually, that story, their story, was ultimately, you know, bought, and then we used those aspects in this movie that you see. So their MO was a real way of robbing banks.
It's not an action picture at all. It's a romantic comedy. The bank heist, bandits part of it is the least explored part of the film, and is only handled in a funny way. Your left eye is a fraction darker than your right one.
Nobody ever noticed. It's a beautiful day.
They happen to be in the bank robbing world, but that's just kind of like for the funny kind of action part of the movie and everything. But so you've got, you know, if you got some guy who works as a welder in Birmingham, Alabama, he can go to the movie and watch the bank heist and maybe never notice the romance, and then women can go and watch the romance and not have to be watching a heist movie. So it's really a great thing that way.
It was great. It was very easy. They're both very generous, and they both work in very different ways, which was great because the relationship Cate has with both of them is incredibly different. You know, which is, you know, they're both very different men, and so that's why she can't choose between them.
I feel it's a rare film in its sensitivity, and you go in with one idea of what it might be, and I'm sure you'll leave pleasantly surprised. I mean, it's a very sensitive, intimate, romantic comedy, and it leaves you with a nice feeling inside.
This is a bank robbery.
Bandits. Just have a seat with everybody else. It's not going to take long.